Hello, this is Max Gazinski. Wax News has just received a first look at some of the updated plans for Phase 2 of the Renovations 2014 Capital Improvement Project. As Wax News reported in the winter, Phase 1 has been completed, with the major part of that being the roof work. We got a story about that from Delaney earlier. Now Phase 2 will include renovated serving lines in the high school cafeteria. This will prevent some crowding in the hallways. Renovations to the instrumental music space at the middle school, parking lot and sidewalk repairs at the primary school, and also HVAC repairs and replacement. Another major part of this will be new lighting on the athletic field. We're going to be improving upon our stadium lights that we already have. Some more important elements of Phase 2 are repairs and improvements to the high school locker rooms and secure entrances for the high school and middle school. We talked to Mr. Ryan earlier about the high school locker room improvements, so let's go to him right now.
The locker rooms, when you take a look down there, and this has really been the case for a few years now, are in disrepair. The lockers that are in the center of the locker room area, they need to be removed because you can't see around those lockers. All right, so number one, they cause a safety risk because of the jagged edges that we have. Some of the doors are broken, so that poses a safety risk in terms of students being injured. And then we also have a supervision issue. And really, the idea would be to create an open space with good sight lines and put more lockers on the walls, on the surrounding walls, for our students to use. And just create an open floor space there, and also for the teacher to supervise all the students. And I know that we're continuing to work on that with looking at windows from the teachers' offices so that they can supervise from that point as well. One of the other things that we're looking at is improving our lighting in there. Obviously, we're in the process of looking at replacing our roofs. With roofs that have been in disrepair, you have ceiling damage and you have damage to the lights, etc., the skylights. So again, that's another area we're looking to improve, especially in terms of the lights. And obviously, again, those go hand in hand. Once we have good roofs, we would be able to invest in improved ceiling and lighting, and then that would again help us in creating a more conducive learning environment.
So as you can see here, there's going to be a lot of different improvements done to the boys and girls locker rooms. There's going to be all new rubber flooring put in where there once was tile. And if you've been in the locker rooms, you'll know that some of the tiling is in disrepair and falling apart, so that will also be replaced. As well as new lockers will be put in, as some of the lockers are definitely in a state of disrepair. Not only that, but in the offices, in the locker rooms, there's going to be more windows in order to better supervise the students that are in there already. So as you can see here, there are also going to be a lot of improvements to the middle school and high school offices. Basically, the way that they're going to both be set up similarly is that late students and visitors to the school will have to go through the office and be screened in order to enter the building, which is a lot more safe than what is happening in the middle school and high school right now. Not only that, but they're going to update the color scheme to make it also more attractive and also more functional. Deputy Pisa, our former high school resource officer, explains this in further detail. Let's go to that now.
Well, security starts within a building and the student culture that is established. Exterior security is just as important. The current building layouts of the high school and middle school. The entryways are unsupervised access points to the buildings in their entirety. This poses serious security concerns on various levels. Students are currently able to grant entry to fellow students or other known or unknown third persons without oversight, which poses obvious concerns. Additionally, if an individual is granted access into the building by office personnel via current means, remote access, there is a certain level of trust that is extended to that guest in the hopes that they enter the office and comply with the established protocols. There is, however, no physical means to control movement into the building or throughout the building once they are granted access via secondary security layers. Trust needs to be removed from the equation and replaced with physical means of verification and access control. The proposed design incorporates current best practices based on years of experience and data. With the updated design, there are multiple levels of security built into the entryway. As always, the guest will have to be buzzed into the building after announcing their identity and stated intent via a remote switch. Unlike it currently stands, however, the guest would only be granted limited access to the building and would only have access to the entryway. Office personnel would then be able to view the guest while still being physically separated by a wall with viewing windows. If personnel feel comfortable after physically screening the guest, they can grant them access into the office via a secondary remote switch. If personnel do not feel comfortable though, the guest can either remain in the entryway or leave, but would have no means of accessing the rest of the building. The proposed system is much more secure based on the physical design characteristics and added layers of security.
From the Wax Newsroom, this is Max Kaczynski signing off.